Coach's Corner here as the Wolverines get ready to take on Conway in the state playoffs. And before we look ahead to that game with Coach Pratt, we'll take a look back at Friday night against Northside. And once again, Coach, it's a trend we've seen with this team throughout the year. They found a way to get the win against a pretty tough Grizzlies team.
Well, I think a lot of that had to do with our mentality going into the game. I think that our kids kind of looked at their record and saw that they finished sixth in the other conference, but uh, they didn't prepare the way they're supposed to and didn't get ready to play. And again, that's on us as coaches to make sure that we're able to do that. Luckily, we were able to battle back and get things right. When the offense wasn't working, the defense played okay, and then when the offense started working, the defense weren't playing very well. So, they are extremely athletic, and that's going to be no different going into this week. So it was a good eye opener for us. Really proud of the way that we battled as far as coming away with the win. Got a little scary there a couple of times, but we always found a way to keep the lead and to move on. And that's the key in the playoffs is win. We talked to our kids about who the players of the game were and everything each week, but in the playoffs, it's the team's MVP if you win because it's all about winning and moving on.
Yeah, it's like that old saying, you don't have to draw a picture, just write down who had more points and move on to the next round. And that's exactly what you guys did last week. But I did want to point out that Jackson Bruss had a really big night for you guys offensively last week.
Jackson just went over 1,000 yards receiving. Man, he's just that guy. I don't know what what it is, but if I could bottle it, I'd make a lot of money. So he's just a guy that makes plays and continues to make plays. And if you look at him and he walked in, and you would never think he would be that type player just by his appearance or his numbers in the weight room or his 40 time or anything, but he continues just to make plays over and over and over. Both offensively, defensively. I don't think he came off the field very much at all the whole game. I don't think he's came off the field. He's probably played 90% of our snaps through 12 games.
So this week, the challenge is a Conway team. They've got one loss to Bryant in week 10 of the regular season. And it's, Buck James is, he's still on the mountaintop in high school football right now in this state.
He has a really good bunch of dudes to play with. So they're really athletic. They've got a lot of returning starters off last year's team. Coach Fimple that came up here to be the AD at Springdale. He left him with some pretty good dudes. So they are extremely athletic. They're a really good football team. But like we tell our kids all week that when you're playing in the final eight and they're in the semifinal game looking to go to the semis, everybody's good. So no one is a walkthrough that you can have so much success on. You got to go out and play well. And you have to go into a tough place to play. And right now they do have a lot of momentum. And let's just hope they look past us a little bit. And, we've actually played them 3 times in the playoffs. They won the first game, I guess the second year of our program. And then we beat them twice here, both times to go to the semis. So here we are again playing them at their place with a chance to go to semis and playing late November and during Thanksgiving break, which is that's when you have a really good team.
How do you this is one of the few places you guys haven't been. You mentioned Conway coming up here. You guys have never actually traveled to Conway. Does that affect any preparation
Well,
at
it
all?
does, talking about the locker rooms, and it's a little bit of a walk, and it's just a new place to go into, and so was Cabot, and so so is Booker T, and you do that a lot, especially at a new program like this. But it's always fun to go somewhere else and play. We're not having to go to Bryan again like we used to, so I would rather go visit Conway and see the new facility than to make the same trip to Bryan that we made twice.
So as far as some keys tonight for your team, what are you looking for early?
I think it goes back to the same thing we talked about before. We can't give up the big play, and we go into the Bryant game. I mean, go into the Rogers game saying that, and we actually did it correctly. We go into the Southside game, and we did it correctly. So I feel like that we definitely can do it. We just got to get some breaks here and there, and then the other thing is always is turnovers. And if you look at last week, uh, we actually won the turnover margin. That was one of the few goals that we were able to get other than the win. And 9 times out of 10, the turnover margin really affects you. If you look at the games we've lost, it's because of turnovers. And so we can go into this game and protect the football like we have the majority of the season, and not give up big plays and be able to tackle their athletes in space. That, to me, those are the three keys to us being successful.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there, Coach. Thank you so much. Good luck tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.